Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we will be bursting a lot of myths with relation to UPSC Civil Services examination. Everywhere there is a confusion between what is the myth and what is the reality with respect to civil services. So in the examination perspective, when a lot of these thoughts come in, you are really confused and you really don't know how to go ahead with it. So we will be breaking, from my understanding, the things which are unnecessary, which are often told, and which is going to like really confuse you. We will break all of them, and so that you have clarity of thought for the decisions that you need to make, etc. So let's get started. So the first myth that you hear is that anything under the sun is important for civil services examination, and that you need to learn everything. Now, this very thought, first of all, it's very incorrect that anything under the sun is often being asked. But the second thing is also that when you listen to this, a lot of times you put a lot of pressure on yourself, which affects your very basic preparation process itself. So, from my experience and from everyone else's experience who have gone through the examination process, would tell you that this is not about anything under the sun. There might be chances that so many random questions can also appear, but what are the basics, what are the foundations, what are the normal set of questions that or what are the common subjects or areas of questioning that would remain the same. So it is all about understanding these aspects and trying to cover them. So anything under the sun is not important. If you stick to the syllabus, you will find that it has a syllabus, it has previous year questions, so please go through them. You will be able to cut down on a lot of things and come to what is most important from your experience of looking at it. And also try to stick to syllabus. This is not an exam without a syllabus, so there are exams without syllabuses, and that is where you need to really get confused. But here you have been told what is going to be asked, so never put a lot of pressure by this so-called myth. Now, the second thing that you have is with respect to you need to completely focus on current affairs, and that the previous experiences of exam is not important, and that this year the exam will be only about this year's current affairs. But that is not completely true. As I've told you before, the cost to benefit ratio of current affairs is also very subjective. It's very different from year to year. There is no proper result that you get from a lot of focus on current affairs, but you should also not neglect it. But then what is really going to help you is the focus on previous year questions that you give. Previous year questions will definitely get you areas from which the chances of asking questions is more, and also the options from the previous year, which can be the possible questions or answers for the next year. So if you cover all those areas, you get immense amount of confidence, and you will get the feeling as to how you need to go forward. So too much focus on previous year questions will save you, is my statement. And too much focus on current affairs is highly rewarding, is the myth that we are breaking. Now, the third thing is with respect to the third topic that we have already discussed, that is coming to Delhi is compulsory for clearing the examination, which is again very, very untrue, especially in this day and age where we have internet, where we have all possibilities. We have made a completely different video on this particular topic. You can go back to it and watch it, so that you'll also get confused, convinced कि ये सारे सारी चीज़ें हमारी हमारी हिसाब से, हमारी रिक्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से चूज़ करना पड़ेगा। और जितने भी अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ हम इंटरनेट हमें दे रहे हैं, बहुत सारे रीजनल सेंटर्स दे रहे हैं, वो यूटिलाइज करना ही करना है. सो कमिंग टू दिल्ली इज़ नॉट नीडेड, because you can explore other possibilities which are more efficient for your requirement. The fourth thing is you need to quit social media to crack the examination. Now, this again is a very subjective thing. I have talked about social media, the strategies to wisely use social media during the preparation process in a separate video altogether. You can go back to it and watch it. So this is important because हमारी जो perceptions है वो बहुत ही comparative है. We keep comparing with other people. Some of the officers might tell you that they did not use social media. Some might tell you that they were active on social media. But it's just about finding the right balance and what is your requirement. If you are a person who is able to balance, go ahead and do it. But if you are a person who struggle to like manage between using your social media and studying, please get away from it. So it's a subjective thing, personal identification of your abilities, and definitely you can go back to that video where I'm trying to like explain the possibility of like mending use of social media in favor of your preparation process and not against. So social media quitting not necessary for preparation. The next thing is that you need to join a proper coaching to crack the examination. Now, this is also untrue because there are a lot of people who crack the examination without coaching, and coaching has sometimes. I feel that often these days it has become like a very fancy thing because of the money that goes into it, and sometimes how we do not utilize the classes properly, we do not attend them properly, we do not use all the resources provided by them, and that way it becomes a fancy affair. And just for the name's sake of it, don't join any coaching. As I've told you before also, based on personal requirement for your weak areas, for areas where you need guidance, please take or ask for guidance or mentorship. Joining coaching is absolutely not compulsory for cracking the examination. The next thing is regarding reading too many books and studying 24 into 7. So this whole affair of telling the number of hours that one was studying, even I get asked questions these days in the comment section as to tell the number of hours that I was studying. But that doesn't, I have never personally counted my number of hours of study because I used to never have a timetable. It was all mentally that in my mind that I used to really follow what my gut feeling was and what my physical and mental signals were telling me as to what is the good time for me to study, what is the time for me to take a break, what are the time that I need to give to spend time with my family or friends, etc. So it's a personal affair, and it's not compulsory that you have 8 9 10 12 13 hours of study per day, because there are people who prepare with jobs, people who are preparing with their graduation, etc. So it's not compulsory, it's all about efficiency, the productivity that you make per hour of study. It's completely subjective and different. So you have to identify that, and if you are a person who is able to not give a lot of productivity during a limited number of hours, you may need to put in a lot more of hours. So it's a very personal thing. I leave it to you to decide, and please make a wise choice on the basis of that. The next myth is that you need to prepare for minimum 3 to 4 to 5 years to crack the examination. Multiple attempts are necessary to clear the examination, which is also untrue because absolutely there are people who crack in the first and second attempts also. Even I cracked the examination in the second attempt, and the number of years you put in is also with respect to the quality of the amount of years that you put in. Like if you put in quality time, if you put in the right amount of productive time into it, then there is no comparison between the years of study that you put in. If you put one good year of best productivity, of your best efforts, of your best preparation, then there is nothing like it. It doesn't mean that you need more time to prepare. It's not, again, same experience with everybody's case. So multiple attempts, absolutely not necessary. Multiple years, absolutely not necessary. A minimum of 1 year is completely good. If you follow all the things that I mentioned, I've talked about this in various other videos as well. You can go back to them and use all the strategies and tricks that I've told you. And definitely 1 year is sufficient. Now people with working experience, they are also affected by this notion that you need to quit your job, you can't work and study together, etc. That is also not true, because there are many people who do that. And also, when you are at your best productivity, you are able to focus more on your study as well. When you have multiple things to do, you can give uh, enough amount of focus to each thing that you're doing. Maybe if you're sitting idle for a day and then you're studying, maybe you're not giving that much attention to it. But when you have limited time and you have that resource crunch, you will definitely utilize the minimum amount of time that you're getting. That's a good thing that I find. So that is also there. And the next and the final myth that I hear is that you need to study in the English medium, you need to study in the CBSE, ICIC board, you need to be from a metropolitan city to crack the examination, you have an advantage, etc. Absolutely untrue. And I truly feel that UPSC is providing such a level playing field, where even in basic NCRTs are important, just to ensure the fact that people from all regions, from all boards of study, from every part of the country is able to get a advantage in the examination and is able to get a level playing field for competition. So there is there is just a perception that you need to come from hi-fi environments, hi-fi schools and boards to crack the examination. Absolutely untrue. And I would encourage people from every nook and corner of the country, with very limited resources available, also to explore the utilization of internet and everything that is available in their regional centers, to be able to crack the examination. I think people who genuinely make that effort have an advantage over people who try to do a lot of fancy stuff to try to crack the examination. So these are some of the myths which I feel should be talked about and should be bursted for you to gain that confidence, to gain that experience, that UPSC is definitely a level playing field for you, all of you. So that's what I have to tell you. I hope that this particular discussion was helpful to you. And if you have any queries, please get back to me. I will try to answer them. So I hope your preparation process is going really well. So that's all for the day. I wish you all the best. And until the next video, it's a goodbye from me. Thank you so much.